Breaking censorship news, boys. This is a literal nightmare, and I mean an actual nightmare for all of us that are against anti-censorship or that are against censorship and against the censorship campaign that has been launched against our freedoms and our rights. Yeah, this is absolutely a nightmare. Roblox is now being used. The situation over at Roblox is now being used as a Trojan horse to push the censorship of the internet with the COSA and the Screen Act here in the USA. The Attorney General of the USA literally just posted this. Big tech companies must not get on board with age verification laws instead of fighting them using fraudulent experts. And it's all about protecting the children, protecting Louisiana children. Where have we heard that argument before? Where have we heard the emotional scapegoating before? But anyways, boys, we got a lot more going on than this today. So make sure that you like the video so that YouTube counts you as a view, and make sure that you share it so that you know what's going on, okay? So everybody can see this. But listen to this. Make no mistake. What's going on with Roblox right now is coordinated with the objective to get the Screen Act and the COSA passed in the USA. This has been happening ever since Roblox gained mass market appeal, and the government will use this as an opportunity to demand online ID verification. I'll tell y'all this right now. Whoever gives up their human rights for security deserves neither, okay? You deserve neither, and you will get neither. You should not want the government to secure you or give you more security, because when they do, they take away your rights, and the more rights that you lose, the less secure you actually are, because it just so happens that daddy government is the most dangerous against the people, and that is a fact, okay? Here it says, breaking today, I'm suing Roblox, the #1 gaming site for children and teens and a breeding ground for problem people. Due to Roblox's lack of safety protocols, it endangers the safety of the children of Louisiana. Roblox should be made to pay then, okay? Not me. Roblox is the one that should be punished, not me, okay? And the more that you go about trying to punish me for Roblox's problems, the more that you actually endanger children, because the more that Roblox continues to get away with it, because you're going to fight this for months to try to get this passed, where if you just literally tried to get Roblox punished for what they are doing, you could probably get that passed a lot sooner. But that's the issue. They don't want to actually protect the kids. It's an emotional scapegoated argument. It's more about how much control they can actually gain through this emotional argument. It's more about how much control that they can get from this situation, and it also just turns out that they might have been on board with what was going on over at Roblox. The EU will vote on chat control law on October 14th to allow the scanning of all private messages sent online. This is where the US, where the Attorney General evidently wants to take this, okay? I know this is over in the EU, but we can do a little bit of future thought and future sight into what they actually want. And if all of these countries just happen to pass all of these laws at the same time, well, they probably all have the same objective in mind, okay? And with the EU passing a vote on chat law to scan all of private messages sent online to quote unquote protect the kids, yeah, we can just bet that that's going to happen here in the USA if we do not actually take a stand and fight back against this. But if you are in the EU and this is happening to you, there is a fight chat control campaign rallying against the automatic scanning of all private messages and photos over mass surveillance concerns. Okay, it's over here on Dexter2 on X. You can click this and it'll take you to some kind of campaign to fight against that. But important breaking fucking news, Roblox VP of Civility and Partnership. Roblox's VP also serves on boards of Family Online Safety Institute. This is FOSI and various other boards. FOSI is all about protecting the kids online. Where have we heard that before? Investigate this dude right now. And that was before all of this came out, okay? And another issue over at Roblox is actually attacking the vigilante groups and not the people that are the problem underneath that certain FOSI VP. underneath that FOSI VP's guidance over at Roblox, they're going after the vigilantes for not using proper forms of reporting and not the people that they're actually reporting against. Isn't that actually crazy? It just turns out that this might be what they wanted all along. Do not encourage government to try to solve a problem. We can solve it ourselves. Exactly. Those that give up their rights for security deserve neither. This Roblox situation is a quick downward slope to digital ID and online verification for games. I'm more concerned about digital ID myself, but yeah, online verification for games is bad, okay? But digital ID, just to be on the internet, just to be online, having to give your ID to search something on Google, yeah, that is a major problem. If Roblox refuses to help create a safer environment for children, then don't play it. Don't let your kids play it. Exactly, that's the issue. Daddy government should not be parenting your children for you, and I should not be punished because you cannot parent your children yourself, okay? None of us should be punished for other parents, for other people's parents, okay? None of us should be punished. And daddy government should never be telling other parents what they should do with their kids. Okay, your kids will be upset, but what you do is explain to them why you aren't letting them play it. Here's a good example, people. Tell your kid, hey, you're not playing Roblox anymore because Roblox is dangerous. Okay, you're never gonna be allowed on Roblox again. I don't care if they fix it. Okay, Roblox is not trustworthy to me anymore as a parent. If I was a parent, this is exactly what I would say. This is my opinion. Okay, Roblox is no longer to be trusted, and I don't even think you should trust them as you know, something that is impartial to this. It seems way too coordinated. Let's just we'll get into it later. I'm really kind of sad people are mocking the quote of, if you aren't comfortable, don't let your kids on Roblox. This is not the same as, do you even have cell phones, or the left's usual argument of, if you don't like it, don't play it. What he said is exactly what we want parents to do parenting. Roblox will be used to push age verification legislation, but by not thinking critically, people are handing the argument to the politicians on a silver platter. This is the issue. Politicians don't actually care about enacting change right now. They care about enacting change on how much they can control you. If they were caring about enacting change, they'd be more focusing on punishing Roblox's CEO until a change is made. But instead, they're more focused on punishing you as a parent by basically destroying all anonymity on the internet, or getting their, quote unquote objectives passed. And if you think this isn't an objective that they have, well, boy, do I have a message for you, and we'll get into it later, okay? Some people are just eager to dunk for the sake of it. This allows us to finally show the people the insane self-serving connections and show corruption. Roblox itself can be a beacon of an argument that peer-to-peer comms games should be labeled as adult. That's insane, by the way, that two players can communicate completely with comms and that be labeled a kid's game. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I don't want my 11-year-old talking to a 40-year-old on a video game at all. Those should be labeled as adult and kept as adult so that they can be kept, people being allowed to say what they want to say without being censored like Xbox, okay? Xbox's Call of Duty is going through the same problem of being censored because of the kids on there, only to force parental involvement into what kids are doing. Does Roblox have an issue? Yeah, every company that targets kids is almost in the same box. Epic trying to be cheeky like they aren't a part of the problem too. Government co-opted them because of how big it is with kids. We need culture shifts, not legislation. Exactly. Abso-freaking-lutely. But over here is where we'll get to it. This will show you the connections that are actually going on so that you can draw the connections for yourself to see that this might be more than coincidence, people. Maybe, just maybe, all of these countries coinciding at the same time is not coincidence. Maybe the payment processors coinciding at the same time to the governments is not coincidence. Okay, I'll tell you a secret. Nothing moves slower than government. Nothing moves slower than legislation. So how are Australia, EU, Canada, the UK literally all at the same time enacting child safety online regulations regulations and legislations faster than we've ever seen the government move ever. Okay, maybe it's got something to do with this little top line here, but let's get into it. Demand for the Epstein list, called crazy for wanting it released. Collective Shout appears, which is an NGO. Payment processors censor anime and games. UK Online Safety Act comes into effect to censor adults. Australia, EU, USA, Canada, and Canada do similar acts. Absolutely insane. Multiple companies jump on the bandwagon to force ID. PayPal removed from Steam. Roblox scandal gets government attention instantaneously, by the way. Roblox VP of Civility and Partnerships works with online safety organization. Isn't that crazy? Multiple tech companies on those boards with that VP up here are companies wanting to force ID. Am I crazy for noticing this? No, what's insane is the people that are disregarding the pattern recognition. Okay, pattern recognition is a human trait, and there's only so much pattern recognition that can go on before people start to form conspiracies. And there's also so much pattern recognition that can go on before there's like a likely outcome, okay? And the likely outcome right now is that countries and governments are trying to censor the internet. That is not that is just a fact. The likely outcome is that countries and governments are trying to censor the internet. That is the likely outcome, people. Okay, I'm sorry to tell you, but there's too much going on right now to mainly be coincidence or conspiracy. Now, if only the lemmings are crying, think of the children would read this. So let's read it. 5 reasons to say no to digital ID. For those people out there that think that digital ID is just giving your ID up and then you move on, it is not. It is not. First, the loss of privacy. Every move, purchase, and interaction could be logged and monitored. Not only that, it will be logged and monitored. Not could be. This is the issue. I heard an argument the other day that these corporations aren't going to keep your information because they're making too much money elsewhere. Why would they sell your information? It costs them money to keep and monitor your information. They're going to sell it to offset it, dude. They don't get that big for just leaving free money untouched, okay? They're absolutely going to sell your information to. Centralized control. Whoever runs the system holds enormous power over your daily life. This is why I was against one corporation being the controller of everybody's ID. Whoever proposed that idea is an absolutely fucking moron, okay? One corporation controlling all of the information is a freaking monopoly, and it is not good. Data breaches. Huge databases are irresistible targets for hackers risking your identity. Absolutely. Look at the T app. Exclusion. No ID. No access. People could be locked out of work, healthcare, travel, or even shopping. That's exactly right. They could, especially for their political beliefs. Where have we seen that before? Where have we also seen all of this enacted before? Maybe freaking China, maybe Xi Jinping, North Korea. Freedom erosion. Once digital ID becomes required, reversing it will be almost impossible. No, it will be impossible. That's the issue. Once something is passed and a right is lost to the government, you are not getting it back easy, okay? Let's just be honest. You're not getting it back. How can I say this safely on YouTube? You're not getting it back without having to make a physical stance, okay? Let's leave it at that before I get in trouble. Make sure you like and share this video, boys. Otherwise, YouTube will not count you as a viewer. And make sure you subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of content. All right, boys, paper or plastic? I'm going to go with plastic. This is plastic as fuck, boys. Plastic through and through. They're basically mannequins. They all got plastic bags over their head and they want to take us all with us, but we're wearing our tinfoil paper caps over here, so we're free from it, boys. All right, paper clippies, I'm out. GG's.